it's Rachel with Shadow. Today he and I are going to work on an introduction to heeling. So this is really important for his leash manners. Of course there is loose leash walking, where it's when you're taking Shadow out, for exercise, for his morning or evening walk, something like that. You can give him the whole leash, let him walk around and, sniff, enjoy things, kind of like this right now. But heeling is a lot more controlled. Now, we found some kibble in the crate. Now, he is still really young, has a lot of energy and a lot of muscle, so he can really pull you around. So it's important that you really work on the leash manners with him now, so that he just kind of grows up with that and learns to not test you on them. So where you would use heeling would be, for instance, going into the vet's office for his yearly checkup. There are a lot of other dogs around. You don't know if they're friendly or not. You don't know, Shadow, come here, if they're sick. And so you want Shadow nice and close by you, because you don't want to give him the whole leash and let him get away from you. If he's meeting another dog right over there like this, then you don't have as much control over him in case there is something wrong with that dog, where he could be a danger to Shadow in any way. Shadow. Come here, good boy. Good boy, I have food here. Yes, I do. Good boy. Good job. Okay, so also if you do have Shadow out on a walk and you're coming across maybe a large group of people, or something on the sidewalk that you don't want Shadow to notice, passing other dogs, you can put him in heels where you have some more control over him and keep him nice and close by you. So for the heel, we usually have the dogs on the left side. That's just kind of standard. And Shadow, here, sit. This is the perfect setup for heeling right here. Whenever you are stopped, Shadow is sitting calmly next to you like this, and he walks next to you right like this. I have the slack of the leash taken up a bit, and usually you want the leash to make a nice J shape like this. However, since this is his first time working on heeling, I'm going to have it tightened up a little bit in order to give him some more guidance. Now, since we haven't started the heel, I'm perfectly okay with him lying down. So, first of all, heeling is a moving command. So, if we're just sitting here, I can't say Shadow heel. Heel, there's nothing to do. He's just going to look at me and wonder, what is wrong with me? What am I thinking? So, whenever you say heel, a good way to do it is just slap your leg and start walking. So, you just say heel and you continue. Now you want to lead with your left leg, the leg that's closest to him. Now of course you can choose to have heeling on the right, it's just heeling on the left is a lot more common. Okay, so I'm going to be baiting him in order to get him to walk and sit in the right way, and I'll show you what heeling is supposed to look like for him. Good boy. So I usually have the leash in my right hand, and I'll have the treat in my left. Shadow, sit. Good boy. All right, this is perfect. Shadow, heel. Good boy. Good heel. Heel. Good heel, Shadow. Good job. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Perfect. So, lucky for you, Shadow is nice and food motivated, and so that's a really good way to train him and to practice the perfect heel. However, luckily he's not too food motivated, to where he is licking for the treat and wanting to get it, but he's not snapping or biting, so it doesn't hurt my hands at all. So that's really good for you. So definitely what I would suggest is holding the treat down. He's a good height. You can just hold it in a fist like this with the treat in your hand and walk like this. And naturally his face will be right there. And so that will teach him how to walk properly in a heel. Then you can just pull the treat up like this and guide him into a sit. Now usually we don't want to say sit when we stop because sit is included in the heel command. So when you say heel to Shadow, that means walk with me by my side and sit when I stop. Of course, if he's not sitting, you do want to do whatever it takes to get him to sit when you stop so that he's practicing it the correct way. You don't want to practice things incorrectly because that could confuse him. Shadow. Good boy. Yeah, you know I have treats now, so he's listening much better. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Okay. Ready? Shadow, heel. Heel. Good heel. Heel. Good heel, Shadow. Good heel. Good boy. Heel. Good heel. Good job. Good job. All right, that is some superstar healing right there. He is doing an absolutely wonderful job, and that is exactly how the healing should look. So, good job to Shadow. He was very trainable. So, with some consistency on your end, he's going to be very well behaved on the leash, and you're going to have a really good heel with him. Now, it's important that you practice this maybe around the living room or in your yard or something like that, somewhere where he's familiar and doesn't have many distractions. Because he is just learning this, and though we are really guiding him with the treat, he's not completely solid on it. So if I took the treat away, of course I would not expect him to have a perfect heel in, in 7 minutes of healing. So you want to work with him in an area where he's familiar so he can focus just on the healing before you take him out into public where he has more distractions. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, we're going to continue working on our healing, and what I'm going to try to do is, instead of having my hand right down here with him, I'm going to try to bring it up to off my chest or my stomach. So he'll still be able to, follow where the treat is with my hand, but I'm just going to have it right here. It is good to practice with the treat down at his level like this, but we don't want him to get dependent on that. We want him to still be paying attention to us whether we have a treat or not. So I'm going to try to be bringing my hand up to my center. All right, got not tangled in the leash. Come here, Shadow. Okay, we're going to reset. He was a little wide on the sit there. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Shadow, heel. 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 Good heel. Good boy. All right, you got a little far back on that sit there, but since we're just starting out, we're not going to be nitpicky about it. Shadow, come here. Sit. Good boy. Heel. Heel. Good heel, good boy. Good boy, Shadow, yeah. Oh, okay, so that was absolutely excellent. Now, he still is really attentive on the food even when I bring my hand up and it's not right in front of his face. So that's really good. It makes it really easy for you. And actually it gets Shadow in a bit better of a position. So unless you have your hand out like this and you're kind of walking like this to be at his level, Shadow is a little far back because if you have your hand right by your side, that means his nose is going to be here and his body is going to be farther back. However, as you can see, I start out with the treat right there, and then I bring it up to my stomach. And there, he comes around to his head is about here in front of me instead of here. And so he's looking around at me. So that's an even better healing position to really have him right up there. That way, if you do pass something that kind of distracts him, he's not able to lag as much because he's up closer with you. So you have a little bit more control over him. So that's definitely how I would recommend practicing the healing. Have the treat down at his level if he needs it, if he's having trouble focusing, but try to bring the treat up and just hold your hand in the middle of your stomach like this. All right, he did a really great job. I'm really impressed. This was Rachel and Shadow, and we're working on an introduction to healing.